Hello, are we there? I think we are. Hello, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you. Although you're not here yet, I'm the first one here, of course, because you can't come in without me. Listen, great to see you here. Welcome. I'm a few minutes late. That's because I was just in the kitchen getting some food. Because today we're going to be looking at the topic of food, Ielts speaking and food. Great. I wanted to share with you one of my favorite foods of all time. These, if you know, are not garbanzos. They are actually lentejas. These are lentils. I'm a big fan of lentils. Full of fiber, very tasty, great with rice, chorizo sausage, carrots, whatever. Lentil curry, another. Dal bat, one of my favorite dishes. And as I live in Spain, of course, I'm a big fan of la española, los aceitunas. So these are olives, actually stuffed olives. Again, a little bit sour, but very, very tasty and very good for you, apparently. At least that's what the Spaniards say, but they would, wouldn't they? Right. Tom Batu, nice to see you. How are you? Welcome. Good morning on this lovely, bright, sunny day. I hope that you've eaten and had breakfast or lunch. Otherwise, you're going to get very hungry during today's class. Hi, Mona. It's also one of my favorite topics. I love talking about food. I love cooking. For me, it's a big, big hobby. Boy, hello again. Nice to see you here. So, food. The topic of food comes up a lot in IELTS, especially in part one. There are questions, as you probably know at the moment, these questions, cakes and desserts, right? That's been a popular question recently. Questions about cooking. Do you like cooking? Questions about, do you eat out a lot? Healthy food, junk food. Questions come up a lot. In part two, there are questions about going to the restaurant, a time you took your family to the restaurant. So it's a very, very popular topic. So a good one for us to cover. Right. Priti, welcome. Welcome indeed from India. Nice to see you here. And Terence, good morning. Brilliant to see you here. Janie, hello again from Taiwan with your little flag. Nice to see you here. Great. Hi, Ruth. So on the topic of food, then, here are three questions. Oh, by the way, if you haven't tried the quiz yet, which is the first post next to this one, after the class, go and have a go. I see some of you have tried it. It's just a nice little introduction to food and some good vocabulary there for you to have a look at. There's also a video there about going to a restaurant with my dad on his 80th birthday. It's not a video of the restaurant with my dad in the restaurant. It's a video of talking about that event. It was an IELTS part 2 question. So go and check that out as well. All of this will be great for you to study food today and tomorrow and for the rest of our lives. So we've got, Fatima's got a sweet tooth. Join the club, Fatima, me too. Not as much as I used to. When I was younger, I loved sweet things. Something happened when I turned about 40 and I suddenly eat a lot less sweet things. I prefer savoury things now. It's interesting. Hi, Mary. Nice to see you. And Sana, brilliant to see you here again. And Yen, good morning. Terence, you couldn't submit it. Try again. It should be working. A few people have done it. Tish Brig, nice to see you here. And Boy confuses desert and dessert. Well, if you ask for desert in the restaurant, you'll get a bowl of sand and maybe somebody will bring a big light to shine on you to make it feel like the sun. That's the desert, right? The stress is on the first syllable, desert. one S. Dessert, which is your second word, is much better for you in the restaurant. Stress on the second, dessert. Dessert is, well, is your cake, pastry, chocolate ice cream, all of the good stuff. As they say, right? Anything that anything that is, what is it? Anything that tastes good is probably bad for you. Right. Hey, Jayanta, nice to see you again. Brilliant. You've had a look at the video. I hope it was informative. Hi, Feline and Katarzynia, if I can get it right. Nice to see you. And Le, good morning. Excellent. So, those common questions I just put out. Do you like eating cakes? Do you eat healthy food? Do you eat out a lot? Let's have a look at those questions, and let's have a look in a bit more detail. Today I'm going to look at places we eat, right? Talk about food a little bit, and talk about cooking as well. It's one of my great hobbies. But don't worry, I'm not going to read you any recipes, but we can discuss it. So, do you eat healthy food? There's my first question, right? First question for all of you. Do you eat healthy food? And this will be interesting because you have to think, what is healthy food? Right? Is a yogurt healthy? Are these healthy? Right? Olives? White rice? Wholemeal rice? Are they healthy? Fruit? Potatoes? Are they healthy? Chips? Right, there's your first question. Do you eat healthy food? Let me see. Shveta, good morning. And Dex is here as well. Good morning. Nice to see you. Tanja, nice to see you again. Again. I'll speak properly. Again. And hoi Nalka, long time no see. It is. It's great to see you here. That's great. I wonder if a lot of people are working from home. Probably, right, with the virus. So Preeti says, yes, you don't say yes, you say often, right? I often eat healthy food. Tom eats whole grain. Excellent, Tom. They do say, they, who is they? The scientists, the researchers, they say whole grain is better than the other. So whole grain rice, whole grain spaghetti, whole grain bread, because you've got the kernel of the grain, right? The grain has a kernel, like a shell. You probably don't need that word, it's a bit detailed, but you've got the kernel included. So when you actually eat this whole grain rice, it's not just carbohydrates. There's a lot of goodness there in the grain. Vyacheslav, nice, hello. Used to eat a lot of cake and waffles. Now I prefer nuts and fruits. Me too. I used to be a big waffle fan. I eat a lot more nuts now, actually. And yen, vegetables and fresh fruit are top of the list. I love it. Def, if you don't know, is kind of short for definitely. It's very informal, def. You can use that with friends, I suppose. Not sure about the exam, but possibly. It's def, top of the list. Shvete says yes. Jayanta has balanced and nutritious food. Right, and that's a nice word, balance, because it's very good. A lot of people talk about a balanced diet, right? So I strive to eat. I strive just means I try. I try to do something. I strive to eat a balanced diet. It's a nice collocation. Good one, Jayanta. And also nutritious food. That's great. This always happens when I say something. The next comment is actually just what I've said. So I should leave it to you guys. I should step away and just let you go. Tanja talks about it's important to eat a balanced diet. Brilliant. Containing all the nutrients. Excellent. Nice. So if you followed me, you'll be familiar with my emphasis on word groups, word families, right? Learn the noun, the verb, and the adjective. So nutrients is the noun. Brilliant, from Tanja. Nutritious is the adjective from Jayanta. Excellent. Nutrition is also a noun, more generally speaking. The nutrients are the kind of the individual things, right? Like your carbohydrates, your fat, your protein, all of these are nutrients. Fatima, hello. Great. And now Mihak says plant-based food is healthy. It is. Plant-based diet is very, very popular. Plant-based diet is basically your vegan diet, right? If you're into vegetarianism or vegan or veganism, there are many isms. Hard to pronounce, but they are a lot of isms. Tourism, veganism. So that's plant-based diets, absolutely. Brilliant, good. Mary is not a fan of sweets in general, but I often cook cakes, pancakes for my kids. Yeah, me too. I prefer the homemade ones because they are more healthier. They are healthier and freshly baked. That's right. The great thing about homemade food is you can control how much salt and how much sugar we have. Because the big problem of buying processed food is that it's got lots of salt and lots of sugar. If you watch a documentary about it, you'll probably never eat processed food again. It's unbelievable how much salt and sugar they put in to find what they call the bliss point, right? So this is actually what the companies do. They do research to find the bliss point, which is where you have lots of sugar and salt, but not too much, but just enough so that the taste is, wow, amazing. You get this amazing taste. And with the bliss point, it's something like 9 teaspoons of sugar, 3 teaspoons of salt. It's crazy, right? So you can control the level of sugar if you do homemade cooking. All right, guys, have a nice day. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.